Hi, my name is Nadine Salsabila Putri from Metallurgical and Materials Engineering. Today, I will presentation about all of the answer of Module 2. So, number 1, what is step growth polymerization? What types of functional groups typically precipitate? Step growth polymerization is when monomers with two or more reactive groups like OH, COOH, and H2 react step by step to make polymers. Unlike chain growth, there's no need for an initiator. Common functional groups that join in are alcohols, acids, and amines, forming ester to amide linkages. Number 2, explain the difference between step growth and chain growth polymerization. Step growth, any two molecules can react like monomer, dimer, trimer. Growth is gradual. For chain growth, needs an initiator. Growth happens by adding monomers one by one to an active site. Also, in step growth, you get high molecular weight only at high conversion, while in chain growth, you can get long chains early on. Next is describe the number 3. Describe the formation of PET from ethylene glycol and terephthalic acid. What is the rapid unit? PET, polyethylene terephthalate, is made by reacting ethylene glycol with OH groups and terephthalic acid with COOH groups. They form ester bonds, releasing water. A repeat unit or repeating unit or mer is the smallest group of atoms in a polymer chain that repeats over and over to form the entire polymer molecule. Except for the N groups, it is the fundamental structural segment whose successive linkage creates the long polymer chain, much like beads on a necklace. The repeat unit looks like this. Number 4, describe the formation of nylon 6 from hexamethylene diamine and adipic acid. What is the linkage type? Nylon 6 is made by reacting hexamethylene diamine NH2 and adipic acid COOH. When they react, they form amide bonds, also called peptide bonds, and give off water. The polymer has a repeating NHCH26 NHCO Ca24CO unit. And number 5, why is it important to remove water or other byproducts during step growth polymerization? Removing water or what other byproducts helps push the reaction forward. Le Chatelier's principle, which means we can get longer chains and better polymer yield. If water stays in the system, it can react back and stop chain growth. Number 6, write and explain Carter's equation. How is it used to determine degree of polymerization? Carter's equation helps calculate the degree of polymerization. or dP. And this is the formula. dP equals 1 per 1 minus P. When P is the extent of reaction or fraction of monomers converted, it shows that to get high dP, the conversion must be very close to 1, like 99% more. Number 7. Calculate the dP if the monomer conversion is 98% and interpret what that means. So if the P is 0.98, we can uh, we can convert the to the formula, and the formula is dP equals 1 per 1 minus 0.98, and the result is 50. That means on average each polymer chain has 50 monomer units, which is kind of short for industrial standards. So we usually want the one conversion above 99.5% for a better performance. Number 8. Compare the mechanical and application properties of PET and nylon 66. PET is strong, clear, resistant to chemicals, used in bottles, food containers, textiles like polyester clothes, and nylon 66, tough, high melting point, wear resistant, used in mechanical parts like ropes and textiles. And the last one, number 9, explain how thermodynamics, delta G, and reaction conditions like temperature, vacuum affect polymerization yield. If delta G gives free energy is negative, the reaction is spontaneous. Higher temperature can help speed things up but might also reverse the reaction. So it's a balance. Vacuum or using nitrogen gas helps remove water and byproducts and boost yield. Basically, better control of these conditions equals to better polymers.